we have Cuqui, who you've heard from all day, but Cuqui Rivera from the Latino Action Network Foundation.
Now, why would I make that feedback noise of all people? Any of you who wish to join me up here, please do, because like I've been saying all day long, this is family. And I want the world to see us. Those of you who are recording, but anyone else who wants, please come behind me so that the world can see us. There are many things involved with this legislation. There are many things involved with this process. How many of us know what these details are? The Latino Action Network has fought for this and many other things all along, and some of us know. There is elements of reinvestment that we're not very clear of. That deals with the workforce, the industry, the cultivation, those things, that kind of business. And how will the reinvestment of those funds affect not only impacted communities, but non-impact zones? How will it affect New Jersey? How will it affect communities of color? There's another element to consider, which I haven't heard much about, and that's the surplus.
Go ahead.
That's the surplus of these funds. How will that be brought into the community? How will we benefit from that and affect the impacts that have gone on in our lives for so long? What do you know about it? There's a 262-page book of regulations. How many even seen it? There's a 9-page executive summary that tells you how this goes. By the way, that's an alive document. That's the first book of regulations. They will change that. You have to understand what's going on with the regulations as they read. What you know, or what you've heard, is that New Jersey has the strongest language in it for social equity. And while it is so strong, it is also so vague. You would believe, and so would I like to, that it's because it leaves space and opportunity for local municipalities to say how they want it to look at their level, at the local level. But it's also so vague, but while it's vague, in the regulations it says that all communities were supposed to have community meetings, public hearings. This is what it's going to look like in Patterson, in Newark, in New Brunswick, in Asbury Park.
That's right.
How many of you were invited to that type of a meeting?
None of us. None of us.
How many of you even understand that that meeting was either held or not?
None of us. None of us.
I've been saying to us, we are because I am. This again speaks to you have a part to play. This again speaks to we will not only be back, we're here right now. This again speaks to you need to show up. You need to learn. You need to understand what this means to your community, and you need to have a say. With this, I will also say in my closing, right now, in Cedar Grove, New Jersey, this is all related to criminal justice reform, and social equity plans are something that we need to be involved in. The Latino Action Network, and along with many of the organizations that are up here, have also been fighting for decades for police reform.
That's right.
Today, right now, and I asked to be allowed to speak after 11 a.m. because Governor Murphy right now is in Cedar Grove, New Jersey, talking about a new legislative effort to create a bill for police licensing in New Jersey. For police licensing in New Jersey. And while we do not always agree with this administration, we have fought for this for decades. So pay attention to that news as well. It has very strong language, and we do support it as the Latino Action Network, but please pay attention to that. Police officers, local PD, state police, juvenile officers, parole officers, corrections officers will all, should this legislation pass, have a 3-year license that must be renewed or revoked. So with that, God bless you all. It takes the whole